Hi everyone, and welcome to today's sort of impromptu live feed. I had to make my way down to the auction today because, as you know, we have a sale that's going on right now, and I had to add some more things. I was looking around my old store and found stuff like this Coca-Cola flange up on the wall, and that had to go. But also from recent videos where we had the storage unit, or I bought the artwork when I was out with my friend Josh. So a lot of that stuff made its way down. I thought it would be a great opportunity to take about 10 minutes to walk through some of the items that are happening here. That are going up for sale, and show you some of the cool things that are up for grabs. And I'll try and answer questions as we go here and try and keep things rolling along. So without further ado, let's do a walkthrough of the auction sale. Now, thankfully for me, the auction has given me this big space. I'm going to turn around so you can see. All this is stuff for my next sale, the sale that's up right now. And I had forgotten exactly how much stuff I brought down. Remember, I got these swords and fancy daggers, Excalibur. There's the Danish mid-century modern candelabra that was handmade back in the 60s. Lots of fun stuff that we have had around the shop. These I had sold the Star Trek ones I got. I got these the other day. These are Franklin Mint, and they're armor from the ages, but they're 24 karat gold plated, which is kind of cool. They have these little stands, little swords and stuff. That's neat. There's some Star Trek items, which you might have remembered me getting. You know, fun little things like this little, you know, I don't know if you'd say that's a lion or what that is. It looks like a fanciful sort of beast, but a little door pull. But N-scale trains, lots of those. Sports cards. And we've got sorted pocket watches, some for repair, and then I think we have a whole bunch that are down the way. I'll get down that way. 1950 Detroit Tigers official scorebook. That's pretty neat. And lots of cool ephemera. I don't know. I'm just going to go through stuff because I really have been having fun. Oh, you know, the funny thing is, this is the same frame. When I had that Disney print with Adam, that's the same exact frame that came from the Disney store back in the 30s. They sold those, you know, animation cells and stuff. Those aren't animation cells. They're quality sort of prints from back in the day. Those are up for grabs. You want the practical book of antique furniture or period furniture, but it's an antique book itself. So how old is the furniture that they're talking about? This is kind of neat. Large enamel. It's a Dansk France saucepan. Really nice one. That came out of that storage unit the other day. The mask toys. Did you guys ever have these when you were a kid? I did. So you turn this little thing there, and it's meant to pop up and kind of turn into a tank. Has like a little razor attachment on the back, and it has a gun that pops out. It's a weaponized 57 Chevy. Only the 1980s could bring you a weaponized 1957 Chevy. Anyway, there's a whole box of those toys. I put a lot of stuff together as actual just boxes and assorted lots of toys and things. Trying to read the comments as we go here too. Oh, there's the, why did I put this through? That's such a cool thing. I should have kept that at home. Anyway, it's a rocket radio lamp. It's super duper rare. I drove like 3 hours out in the country to go get that thing. That's the shade for it right there. That's the shade that goes on it. But it's a radio and it's a lamp, and it looks like a rocket ship. It's so cool. And it does work. You have to hook an antenna up to it, but it is a working, functioning piece. This was the Super Deluxe Buzz Lightyear, and he walks around and moves and says things, and he's a pretty neat piece, and he's in working condition. Got that from my friend Dale. This is like a cake safe, an antique little cake safe. It'll look good in the kitchen up on display. I asked Melissa if we should put it in our house, but she wanted like a light blue or sort of turquoisey accent pieces. Otherwise, that would have come home to our place. Look at all the watches. Remember the, oh, there's Hot Wheels, original 1970s and 80s Hot Wheels in their packaging, which is pretty neat. And lots of pocket watches. A lot of people were asking about the fake Rolexes I had, so there they are from the watch video. Little matchbox, like the Coca-Cola truck right there, in really good shape. A lot of these came from my own collection. There's another fake Rolex, lots of matchbox. Some have the original packaging too. I really pulled out a lot of the stops and put a lot of stuff that I thought was cool through this sale. Oh, there's the, this is a sterling silver. All of these badges, Starfleet badges, are sterling silver. And they have 24 karat gold plate, but this is all Star Trek. Isn't that cool? Even if you just collect silver, that came out from Franklin Mint. It was super duper expensive back in the day, as most Franklin Mint things are. If you're, oh, this is a pocket watch holder. This is from a general store. You actually hang, it's upside down right now, but you hang your pocket watches on those hooks. Nice little display. And if you're into comics, there's some nice early X-Men. So X-Men number 18, She-Hulk number 1, Howard the Duck number 1. There's X-Men number 26. And X-Men number 45. So G.I. Joe number 1. Lots of interesting and good comic books. So here's a whole bunch of antique toy train brochures. Those are going up. Renee says drooling over the Star Trek badges. Yeah, they're pretty cool, and they're the size that they would be in the show too. So they aren't miniatures; they're full scale. Anyway, really neat. But look, in this case, I actually had a bit of Madame Rack's jewelry left over, and it's labeled as such. So there's some rings and some nice watches in here too. And most of the watches, I'd say, pretty much all of these are in working condition. If they're not, I probably put them through a lot as a project. But this whole display case is full of really nice pocket watches and jewelry that came that was left over from Madame Rack's. Well, the watches weren't, but the jewelry was. There's a really nice piece here, actually. I don't know if I can even get this out. There we go. This is a 10 karat gold cameo, an antique one. Look at that. If you like antique jewelry, look at this. And it's stamped to 10 karat right on the bottom there. It's a nice antique piece in its little case. I have no idea if that even has any bids right now. A lot of the stuff that's up for bids is going for very fair prices or way under market, so you'll probably get some good deals. The Dinky Toys Mercedes. The whole reason I'm actually at the auction today is wasn't really to do this video, is because I had to bring some stuff down and get it in. This is an old military bomber jacket, which is kind of cool. Leather bomber jacket, found that in that storage unit. And pilots' uniforms. Everywhere I look, there's something kind of cool. Oh, if you remember that, there's the mid-century lampshade that came out of the pop art kind of chandelier that was in that storage unit. Everybody liked that. That's up for auction. The little tiny sewing machine that I found. That was a good unit. I don't usually buy storage units, but almost everything in there was right up my alley. It was like meant for me. Batman from the 80s with his Batmobile and the superpower figures. That's going as a whole lot. And the AFX set. Lots of fun stuff. Oh, I am basically here right now just getting stuff laid out. Getting stuff. Oh, this will be a good lot for somebody. There's a lot of neat stuff in here. I put all the Star Wars stuff that I found in one box. So there's a whole box full of vintage Star Wars stuff, and I even put it in the box that the kid had. But if it was Star Wars related, like the little booklet or the masks and stuff, all the figures, the toys, all went in there. Renee said she had the little cash register as a kid. Yeah, I remember this thing too. I remember it being lots of fun. Oh, I think you got to turn that. Yeah, there it goes. The child in me remembers these things. Let's see. Oh, Meredith says she likes 10 karat gold because it doesn't dent as easily. You're right about that. There is a box full of old He-Man stuff, including the castle and figures and vehicles and stuff. There's also a whole bunch of 1980s G.I. Joe in various conditions. There's a lot of guys into the G.I. Joe stuff, a lot of people into that. This bronze statue is really cool. It is signed by the artist. It's called Shadow Dawn, Duel of the Dragons, but it's all bronze. It's quite heavy. It's really nicely done. If you're into fantasy or into art like that, look how big that is. There's my hand, and I don't have tiny little hands, but there's my hand, and there's that. It's probably like about 2 feet tall. Anyway, really cool piece. I think it's bid at like 40 bucks right now or something like that. I have been, oh yeah, the old Western movie poster. We were moving some furniture out of the way at the store when we were closing. I found that behind. I forgot I even had that. An old 40s movie poster. What's over on this side? There's a couple neat player music boxes too, and they work. I don't know if you can kind of see that, but those, we had those at the store. There's cases full of old toy cars. I'm gonna try and keep that all together so it doesn't fall down, but there's cases of old Matchbox cars. There's some, these are all kind of bootleg Asian records that I got in one of my episodes, and I put them all through the sale. There's an old race car helmet with the goggles. You know, the side with the, it's got the leather sides on it and everything. I had this on display in my garage for the longest time, actually. It was just there, and I thought, well, time to move on. Even my Bose speaker. Put a bunch of stuff through. Look at these. These were on display in my garage at my last house, and I didn't bring them over to the new place. Oh yeah, we got a Kit Kat clock, an old one from the 1950s going up. The only thing it seems to be missing on is its tail, which acts as the pendulum, but I think you can get that as a replica. Otherwise, the clock itself, the eyes were working on it. Oh yeah, I put a giant basket together full of 1980s toys. If you want to take a risk on a whole bunch of stuff, this is just basically a big pile of stuff that came out of that storage unit. It's all old toys, and it comes in a big wicker basket. There's a little pool table, and I did keep some of the pool balls there, as you can see. Lots and lots of stuff. Dinky toys, some with their original boxes. That little pylon goes back in there. And I don't know, just lots of fun stuff. Oh, train set. 1929 Canadian Home Journal, so 1920s magazines. Look at the cover on that one. The guy and the gal in their open cedar car having a good time. I imagine that's like a version of Melissa and I from way back. This is a Hayes chrome truck hood ornament. Actually, this hood ornament's worth about 500 bucks. You wouldn't, I mean, when somebody knows what it is and they're willing to pay that much, they sell on eBay for about $500, and there's one right there going up, no reserve. It's probably one of the rarest and more desirable hood ornaments for hood ornament collectors, because Hayes was a Canadian truck company. They didn't make a whole lot of vehicles, and they have this massive heavy bear on it. Really, really cool piece anyway, if you like that sort of stuff. Oh, mid-century modern, did I put this through? This is a Phase mid-century modern boomerang lamp. That came out of Mary Borgstrom's house. They sell on, I've seen them online for like $3,500 US. And I put it up no reserve. So probably like at $10 or something stupid right now. But that lamp does actually work. And that came out of Mary Borgstrom's house. It was one of the things that I've been saving this whole time. And now it's up for auction, no reserve, with, you know, just probably a few weeks ago. The other thing that's cool, if you're into old toys and stuff, this is all 1980s Ninja Turtle toys, but it has the super rare and unusual blimp with the accessories, and you blow it up, it's in there. It's like a hot air balloon, and their little Volkswagen van, or Volkswagen bus is in there too. It's actually a really good sale. Oh, here's a bunch of original Mary Borgstrom. These are photographs that I got from her house of her original artwork. If you ended up with any of her art, that'd be a nice thing to have. There's a lot of good stuff. I almost feel kind of sick knowing that I've, you know, whenever you gamble like this and put a bunch of stuff out, you never know how it's going to turn out. But I'm hoping it's going to be a good sale. I'm just randomly walking around right now, but this was done by our friend Anthony Antoine. It's he's an Inuit soapstone carver, and we've got the eagle, the bear. The bear is holding the fish. He usually likes to put a face or something on here too. Yeah, there we go. Face on the backside. Every surface hand carved and polished. Lovely piece, about 2 feet tall as well. It's a big statue. There's a little bit of something for everybody here. And if I sound like I'm a salesperson, well, I guess that's what I am when we have an auction sale happening like this. But I'm gonna get myself back to work. I'm gonna try and hopefully sell as much of this stuff as possible over the next little while, and heck, hopefully it'll be a good sale. I'm gonna flip it back around. The other thing that's really cool that's here that I don't know if I showed you, there's 2 things. One, this was my dad's, but I decided it was time to let it go. And it's not that I'm not sentimental or anything like that. My dad had 20,000 records, and this is one of them. I'm sentimental in the fact that I've saved his favorite record. I'm gonna take one to my new brother, Steve, and give him one of his records. But this is actually signed by Elvis's band. So there's a signed Elvis Presley album up for grabs. That's his second album. And this is really neat too. It's the Back to the Future race car set, Biff versus Marty. You got the DeLorean and Biff's 46 Ford convertible. This is brand new. It's never ever been played with, and they're super pricey online. It was a limited run that came out. There's everything here. You know, there's a basket full of dinosaur bones even. Just because. Anyway, there's lots of neat stuff at this sale. Check it out at kauctions.ca if you haven't been on their website. It's really easy to get to, Kastner Auctions. And look for the antique sale, which is happening in mid-July. That's where all this stuff is. And yeah, it should be a good sale. It should be a good show. I guess we'll see what happens. I'm looking all around and going, man, you know, there's a lot of good stuff here. This should be a good sale. So I hope you guys you know, check out the sale, check out the auction, see what's going on, and I'm gonna get myself back to work here and carry on. So have a lovely day, guys. We'll see you all soon, and as always, bye for now.